What up, Chicken Nuggets? Tyler here with Sports Cars Dope Podcast. And I want to talk to you about True Gold Prizms and why I think they get elevated in the hobby, if you will. And I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments if you're on YouTube or the Spotify's. If not, just say them in your head. I'll hear them. Live in your head rent free. That's not a good thing. Sorry. I'm going to just go to the intro. Sorry, sometimes I spiral out of control like a toilet on the fritz. So the reason I want to talk about this one is because there was the LeBron James True Gold as a 2012 Miami Heat jersey. LeBron James just sold for $793,000. This set a new record. It beat the Luka Prizm rookie. And you're like, why LeBron? Well, LeBron didn't have no Prizm True Gold whenever he was playing. So all his exquisite stuff, all that RPA stuff, that does really well. But as far as like a LeBron James in the Heat jersey, I think this is the highest Heat sale he's ever had. And so it beat out the Luka by honestly only like 13 grand. So the Luka sold for $780,000. This LeBron sold for $793,000. And I want to talk to you guys on why I thought it sold for such a high premium with regards to True Golds. And I'll be honest, I'm a big fan of the golds. Okay, so I don't get any LeBron. This wasn't me. Spoiler alert, it wasn't me that won the auction. I know you're like, Tyler, did you just bid that up? I wanted to. But my wife used her veto power, and I didn't get the chance to bid. Sometimes, do you ever do this? Do you ever go in on like really big cards? You like as soon as they get like put into auction or on eBay, as soon as they pop up, you bid like $20, up to $20 max bid, and you're only like the leading bidder for like, I don't know, like 20, 30 minutes as soon as people start bidding on it. But for a moment, it's kind of like owning it. I don't know, just a little thing. Try it out. Don't bid 800 grand if you can't afford it, but go in and bid that first $20 to $30 on something you know is going to go like 100K. It's pretty cool saying you were pretty much the owner for like 20 minutes. So not sure if that's how that works, but your boy gonna do it anyways. So the first thing I want to talk about 5 reasons I think True Golds are so sought after. And if you have a better idea or better reason, please tell me. In the Panini era, if you will, from like 2009, 2010 to now, so that 12, about 15-year period, especially in basketball, Panini was the licensed premier card manufacturer. And of those, Prizm was the brand that people could buy. Like, yes, there's National Treasures. Yes, there's Immaculate. There's 2 or 3 that are like the high-end, $1,000, multi-$1,000 boxes where you get like 2 or 3 cards. But Prizm is kind of like the cards from that set. And what we've noticed over the years is that the True Gold, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, the True Gold is like solid gold. I'm not talking gold shimmer. I'm not talking the gold, fast break or the no huddle where it's got the little soda bubbles in it. Looks like a what's that drink that we all drank in the 90s? What is it? Not a fizzing Whizbee. That's from Harry Potter. It's not Orbits. It's not Orbits. Well, I was way off. It's not Orbits. It's like it's like the Bubbles gold. It's not that. I collect JP, Jordan Poole, all the golds of that, and I try to grab the Stephs when I can. I got a solid, I guess, a True Gold of him in a Davidson uniform. Got it for like $100 in Nashville. That's what's up. But with the Panini era, that Prizm being the premier thing, the golds are like, it's like a club that you can be in. You're like, well, the black 101s are even better. Absolutely they are. But only one person can be in that club. And a lot of times that card ain't popped up. Like that card has not popped up in a lot of years because there's still a lot of wax, a lot of sealed stuff. And then there's like rich people who just like stick it in their collection, don't tell anybody. But with the golds, you have the opportunity for maybe 1 or 2 to pop up for sale every 2 to 3 years. And to get you an idea, because this is like my grail card, and I did a podcast with Alex at Clever Cuban. It's called The Hobby Handbook. Phenomenal podcast. He's doing a great job. But he talked to me a couple weeks ago, and he asked, "What's your grail card?" And my grail card is 2019 Jordan Poole True Gold out of 10. Number 272, that's the number. It's not out of 272. That's the number of his card. And it is a True Gold. And the reason is because the first hobby box I ever opened was for a giveaway. And I opened card number 8 out of 10, True Gold of my favorite player, Jordan Poole. And you've heard me tell the story 100 times if you've listened to anything I've done, because I won't shut up about it. I pulled it and had to track a guy down and give it away to him. I tried to buy it from him. He didn't want to sell it. He ended up taking it. The rumor was he took it to the National, sold it for like 13 grand raw. It popped up about a year later, sold for I think $5 or $6 grand. About 6-7 grand. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. $5 or $6 grand, I think, is a BGS 9.5, and it was mine, my 8 out of 10. I'm going to own that single card before I die. Knock on wood. I want to own that card. I will get it back. It shall be mine. I've got to track that mug down. But honestly, I'll take any of the True Golds of JP until then. But to give you an idea how often they pop up, first off, and this is not rule number one, or one, not rule number one, number 1 out of 5 on why they're so valuable is scarcity. There are only 10, but it is not so exclusive that it's a 1-on-1 club that you can't be in. 10 people can be in this club at most, okay? And that's if they all pop up. I've only seen 2 or 3 serial numbers of JPs pop up for sale ever in Card Ladder. And so doesn't mean there's not 1 or 2 floating around at shows, but a lot of times those cards go on auction or bids because they want 2 or 3 like collectors to go to battle for them. But it has not popped up for sale from anybody since 2023. That's 2 full years ago was the last time any of those cards popped up for sale. And the only 2 that have ever sold through is number 8 out of 10 and number 6 out of 10. So in 6 years, only 2 of the 10 have popped up for sale. The rest are sitting in boxes waiting on me to break them up. But I'll say this, if you want to sell me one of these, every time I have opened a Prizm hobby box of 2019 basketball, I've hit a True Gold. I've only done it once, but it is true. So the scarcity is there. Only 10 exist. They're serial number to 10. So there's only 10. So it's not too scarce, but it's scarce enough to be exclusive. Okay. So reason number 2. So 1, scarcity. That's why I think that they're so sought after. Number 2 is the prestige of True Gold. So a JP, again, I'm sorry, keeping your Poole. I collect them, so sorry. That's what I think of. About 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, somebody had a JP Gold, a JP Gold Shimmer for sale for like $2,000 or best offer. I looked at the last sale was $650. I said, I know it's way low, but I was like $650. And he rejected it. And I was like, ugh. And I just messaged him. I was like, hey, how much would you do? I literally just went at last comps. I think I should went a little over the previous comps. And his market's been down since then. So it's like, should be even higher. And he was like, well, I'm just going to go here. And like, I watched him and he would just keep lowering what it was selling for. And then he eventually sold for like $600. I was like, dude, I would have given you $650. I did not get it. But also I didn't feel like this huge pang of regret because I'm like, I'm playing the long game. I'm going to get one of those eventually. I'm not going to go for some dude who's just like being sporadic. And he was like messaging weird. Like I was like, this dude, you know, you can tell like there's some people you start messaging and you're like, somebody didn't turn on all the light switches upstairs and there's one that's still off. And so I was like, this is not going to be a good convo. And then he sold it to a dude $50 less than I would have bought it for. So whatevs, bro. So that True Gold though, where it's a solid gold, that is another prestige and that ability to say, True Gold. Just the fact that you're like True Gold. Like Paul Pierce, he was not near as good as his nickname, The Truth. Like True sounds clean, and just knowing that it's like that gold, it's the definitive version. It's like an MJ Fleer rookie versus like, oh, but there were other cards of MJ and like, you know, around that time. Like even the Star does, I know it does fetch a pretty penny, but like there's other cards around that era, but like that's the one. You know what I mean? Like it just feels more right, but where more people can own it. Number 3 is you've got the player legacy multiplier. So LeBron in the Heat jersey in that year of like Prizm where it's like, it was early Prizm. So I think it was 2012. Wasn't that the first? That was the first year they came out with Prizm. So Panini came out with Prizm in 2012. So first year Prizm. So that was the multiplier, but it was also LeBron James. So it's like, it's going to have that. Like Steph Curry's from that year. I'm pretty sure that's the year that Adam Gray has. And he's got a PSA 10 of Steph, and I bet that thing would go nuts if he sold it. But it's like those players, even though it's not their rookie, there's still a premium for that. It's just their legacies and just their legacy. Like LeBron James is like one of the top, you know, 1 or 2 players in the history of the NBA. Panini Prizm is like, that's one of the top 1 or 2 card like additions. What is it? Additions? It's that style of card, the Panini Prizm, is like one of the top 1 or 2 undisputed greatest cards of the past 15 years. So it's like the player tells a story of being one of the GOATs, and then that addition. Gosh, there's a term I use all the time. What is it? I got a brain fart. That's gross. Number 4, it's kind of a status symbol. It's like a trophy card. You're owning this True Gold, And it's not always about value. It's honestly, it's a flex in the hobby. The fact that you have your favorite players True Gold or this great player's True Gold, you're saying like, I have one of their greatest cards of all time. So it's a flex within that. And so that's why I say like my grail card, I didn't finish what I was saying earlier. Look at that. Story's going to close now. I was on the Hobby Handbook podcast and he asked my grail card and I said number 8 out of 10, JP True Gold. I will own that. My card that I pulled from that box, I will own it someday. I just need somebody to put it up for sale and your boy going to win. I'll go into debt for that thing. I'll sell a rent house for that thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I would go in hard in the paint like Kevin Garnett and buy that card. That card is a status symbol for JP collectors. There's 2 or 3 other guys that I've connected with over the years. They collect one of ones, True Gold. Like they collect that and it's like a flex for your favorite player to own that card. And number 5 is market momentum and hype. These auctions like this, where they take off with other players, it's like the fact that they pop up so infrequently, it creates that FOMO where people are like, I've got to go after it. And you guys know, like, it only takes 2 people to dance in this game of sports card collecting for prices to go insane. You're like, oh, what's the last comp? Last comp is just 2 dudes fighting over one card. And now you think it should be the value for everyone. And that's how it works. You know, these big auctions, whenever they pop off with these players, it elevates it for not just that player, but every True Gold in that set. So the more record-setting sales we see like this, the more you're going to see everybody else's True Gold market come up. So that's when I see a good affordable price on a player I've heard of, it's a True Gold, I'm like, snag. Because I just think that market's going to go up. Just like 86 Fleer, there's a ton of those printed, but you can get, you know, what would have been like a 10-cent base card for some player, you know, James Worthy, is now a $10 card because of that flex of Jordan and plus that iconic set. And so a lot of people set collect that. I say this is someone who just finished that 96 credential set. And again, in true me fashion, here I am showing you my Kobe. Gonna put it in the safe so don't rob me. And that's what's up. So thank you guys so much for listening. Let me know what you think about True Gold. If not, what sets and cards and flavors of cards are you like? There should be a premium on it because that is just such a dope set. Let me know in the comments. Or if not, just thank you so much for listening. I appreciate your time. Like and subscribe if you want, but no pressure. 5-star ratings help, but also, who cares? Just live your life. I'll never know. Hey, so live your life. No professional training, believe it or not. That's it. I'm going to stop talking. Y'all be good, stay sweet, and never stop collecting. Sports cards are dope. So are you. Later.